Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Sunday Morning Coffee with Lisa. I'm Spiritual Coach Lisa Hobb, and it is Sunday, March 15th, 2020. If you're joining me for the first time, thank you so much. Please check out my website at lisahobb.com. That's LASAHOPP.com. I'm also on Facebook under Spiritual Coach Lisa Hobb. And for those returning, you know I'm grateful. Thank you so much for joining me again. I appreciate it more than you can know. Well. We're in a very strange time right now, aren't we? And it's so easy to get pulled in by panic and fear. And I feel any angel, any spirit guide, any departed loved one would tell you that there is a middle course to take at this time. And it is the course of cautiousness, of using antibacterial, of social distancing. Yes. And just using our heads, I want to say at this time, using our heads. I don't know if it seems that we're turning more towards a more extreme time right now. It's not the most extreme, I don't think. I don't know if we're going to full lockdown, but I think that in some cases there are precautions being taken that maybe aren't necessary. But I guess it's better to be more extreme than to not use caution at all. And so what is important is to not get caught up in fear. It's a very confusing time. It's a very surreal time. I was supposed to, and I think I still might, because it's a remote area. I was supposed to go away this coming week for a few days just to escape. And the favorite places that I want to go to, museums and such, are closed. The school system is closed. Of course, there is supposed to be social distancing in restaurants. And it's supposed to rain on top of all that. So there's a part of me that's like, you should stay home. Just stay home. But there's another part of me that says, what is wrong with supporting small business hotel or motel, in this case, walking around on top of a mountain where there's going to be very little people, walking around in shops, small business shops that will have limited hours. It's getting a change in scenery. So I'm leaning actually towards it, but using precaution, of course. And, well, anything large has been postponed. But, there's this easiness. There's such an easiness of saying, no, don't go there, stay home, lock yourself up. And I've actually have to admit to you, I've gone there. But when I've gone there, into the fear, into the worry, I stop myself and I say, you know better. You know better. Because I know the spiritual truth that what you focus on expands. So when you focus on fear, you get more to fear. If you focus on illness, you're more susceptible to getting illness. Does that mean that the people? No, it does not mean that the people who have gotten ill, and sadly some died, it was their fault. I am not saying that. I would never say that. But I know as a spiritual teacher that it's so very important that I focus on, and a spiritual student too, by the way, that I focus on what I want to bring into myself. rather than what I fear coming into myself. Because positive is much stronger than negative. When you focus on wellness, you actually strengthen your body's immune system rather than focus on the fear or any depression about illness. You tend to weaken your immune system. So it's so important at this time to, no matter where you have to be, if you're quarantined, if you're not quarantined, but you know that you have to be cautious, it's so important to focus on feeling good inside, on positive thoughts and feelings and words, on not worrying, but taking everything one moment at a time. So, the topic is how to manifest your way through this. So, I'm saying so a lot, aren't I? Don't mind me. It's actually, I'm recording this at about 7 a.m. and I started recording it much earlier. There's always drafts. There's always run-throughs. But how to manifest your way through this. I'll admit to you that probably started about 2 days ago, yes, and even a little bit yesterday. And then I stopped myself and went, stop, you know better. Being a self-employed person, I went through, over the last 48 hours, the fear of, what if nobody makes an appointment? What if nobody wants to come into the office? What if nobody is comforted by being able to make a telephone appointment? What if they don't make an appointment because they're worried about money, because it's such an insecure time? And what if you can't pay your bills? What if? And I went, whoa, stop. I was being so human. And what I've learned, and I implemented it immediately, because I've learned this in the past. This is a time I've learned that there are blessings. And it is a time that is divine for this world. In a couple books, one by Dean Koontz, one by Sylvia Browne, it was even predicted this time. Specifically to this particular illness, but also just all the events that we're going through. These events are not surprising to a lot of spiritual teachers and experts. It is a time which will eventually bring us all together, and it's supposed to bring us all together now. So if you are one of those people that grabbed up a lot of toilet paper, eventually, you will have to come together and be one with your fellow man and take enough for yourself, or share, not sell what you have. Okay? So we're all eventually will be one. We all will bring the energies of heaven or that higher dimension to this earth and live in peace, living as one, taking care of each other. So this event that we're living in is a part of a package of events, perhaps a culmination of events that kick us in the butt to move towards that. And while it's easy to be human and to live in fear, it's important to keep in mind that there is a reason for it, and there are blessings to be found. So here is what I got out of my moment. I have been recently studying a new form of hypnosis to bring back into my practice because I am a certified hypnotherapist. And I gave up the practice a while ago because I outgrew what I was doing and it was no longer enjoyable. But I discovered a new method that excited me a lot. and I thought it would be out or finished by now, the course. But it was delayed by, as some of you who are repeat listeners know, by the events of my life. So I'm back at it now. And my intention was always to offer this course, not only in person, which is what I prefer, to be honest, but also, if necessary, to anyone in the world through like a Zoom, which is video conferencing. And I loved that idea because it gave me the ability to be able to help or serve anybody, no matter where they were. But it also, I love the sense of freedom that it gave me. I could live anywhere and still serve. There's just something very freeing about that. So I only really connected it to that particular service. I used it once with another service of mine, and I didn't particularly like it. I was able to perform the service, but I didn't particularly like it. So it occurred to me, much like an aha the other day, that this is a time when people are quarantined and can't come to see you, or maybe even though you're reassuring them, they're not sure how you are. And perhaps this is just a kick in the butt for you to introduce that sooner and for everything. Well, mostly everything, because I can't do hands-on healing through Zoom. And so inevitably it's going to get me out of my comfort zone and grow me. And also potentially grow my clientele, which is what I wanted in the first place, or for a while now. So I went about researching it, and I did a little poll last evening. A couple people responded. Not too many people ever respond to my polls, but in all honesty, everyone's distracted right now. What do you guys all think about Zoom? Now, one in Florida loved it, which made me happy. So I really think I'm probably going to be implementing that. And it also, this time, kind of kicked me into butt to implement or make some changes to some terms and conditions for making an appointment to protect myself a little bit more financially, which was coming anyway, but kick in the butt. And the kick in the butt I want to get is giving me the opportunity to get the hypnosis course done this time. And then it's also giving me a kick in the butt to think about what other services do I want to offer. And I've been thinking about shorter ones, and then I kind of back away. I don't want to. I'm very slow to offer something sometimes. I don't want to get specific about it, but when I go, I already have a 15-minute appointment for life coaching and using the use of my intuition. And I've thought about, are there other shorter sessions that you can offer? So I'm pondering it. I haven't found one yet. But this is a time for growth. This is a time for growth for me. Maybe for you it's a time of having to grow outside of what do you want to do for your particular life purpose. Perhaps it's just meant to be a time when you take a rest, when you have to, cut back on what you're doing because you don't have a choice. And I don't mean that financially, I mean that in activities, and having to now be at home now more and get more rest or have more quality time with your family. There's a shift. This brings about a shift. And so I think all of us are supposed to, at this time, think about who we are in this strange new world and what we'd like to accomplish. There is online learning to be had. Some of our children have to go through that. Maybe you're supposed to learn something new at this time, or sit down and read a book that is good for you. So I encourage you to look within yourself and see how you are supposed to grow during this time. Now back to how do you manifest through this? So, through focusing on my services and how I can grow them and extend them out to people who may not be able to walk in, are manifesting in the process of manifesting prosperity, thriving. And I might not see it right away, but then it will roll in at some point, because time is physical, meaning the results of what I do may be physical, but in some dimension, they're working now. They're in process. Hope that made sense. And so I am manifesting wealth through, instead of focusing on fear, and I hope people make appointments and looking for them to make appointments. And at this point, cutting any rates, as I've thought about perhaps giving a coupon discount at some point, or maybe on some email services, but ponder, to me that felt like a worry move. So I'm going to focus on how may I serve. And through focusing on how may I serve, I am manifesting prosperity. For those of you who want to manifest health, focus on health. Eat nutritionally. Feel healthy. Get outside in the backyard and take a walk. Or if you have a home gym, use it. Stretch. Perhaps in some way find on demand on your cable program an exercise program. Focus on well-being and health, and you get well-being and health. Do not think about disease, illness. Do not be paranoid about your health. But yes, if you get symptoms, of course, say something. I think in this case, when you get symptoms, you have to call your health professional, and then your health professional will tell you what to do, meaning your primary doctor, and they'll arrange through a health department about a test if you meet any requirements. So we want to take care of our health responsibly, meaning reaching out for professional help if needed, but in the privacy of your home, in your everyday life, focus on health. Also manifest good health by watching funny movies, doing anything that keeps your mind positive, turning off the news if necessary. Now, I've told you this before. I am not negative about the news. I actually feel the news is trying to inform us right now, but it is inundating us. I can't even watch my favorite soap opera without a cut-in from towns all over the county who want to update at the same time. They all get in line. And I'm like, no, I'm missing my show. I'm missing my escape. I don't, by the way, write and complain because I don't want to be like that. But it is a bummer when it gets cut into. So it is important. That was a little bit of a vent. I didn't mean it to go that way. What I mean is it's good to escape. Perhaps a marathon, watch a series that you've been wanting to watch instead of the news. Be informed. Be informed by reliable sources. But give yourself a break. Give yourself a break. Believe it or not, that will strengthen your immune system and help you to manifest wonderful health. Now also, how do you manifest right now relationships? through this time when there's so much to distract us. If you're someone right now whose relationship area is not happening or is in flux in some way, or maybe you're reviewing it, one that you have, sit down in a private moment by yourself anonymously and write or type or list of what you would like to bring to you in the way of qualities in a person. Keep the list short. Available should be first. Some other examples can be honest, faithful, kind, fun, adventurous, financially free. Whatever you want to put, keep it short, keep it concise. Also, enjoy being by yourself to manifest a relationship. Because you see, no one wants to join the energy of a desperate person or a lonely person. So enjoy your own company, enjoy the company of friends, and then let the divine world send you someone when you least expect it. It's also very important in all manifesting, whether it be wealth, whether it be relationships, whether it be health, to feel that you already have it now. Because the physical is always last. When you desire something, you send out a rocket flare, and it is a yes. You're already in that next moment in the process of physically receiving it. It's yours. In some energy field around you, it's already yours. So just because you don't see it in front of you right now doesn't mean it's yours, doesn't mean you're not going to have it. You already have it. It's just not in front of your eyes yet. So walk around as if you, that doesn't mean you spend a lot. Don't go online, buying up all the toilet paper. But it is important to feel wealth, to feel health, to feel yourself in the ideal relationship, all excited. Fuss with your hair. Look online for what clothes you would wear during this time. I just yesterday booked a vacation. I booked a flight and a hotel in a location. You have time now, most of you, to research where you want to go when this is over with. And there are some good deals out there right now. So use that time as a unlimited and infinitely wealthy person to check out the best deals. And if you're able to, book them. And if not, enjoy the feeling and the wealth of knowing that's yours when this is over and when you physically are able to have it. Because if you can do that, it will bring it into you sooner. All the ability and all the whys and hows. Well, the hows. So we manifest what we want through not focusing on what we don't want, but still living our lives responsibly and cautiously. I'm going away most likely. It's about 70% likely. I'm going to focus on sun, not rain. I'm going to focus on peace, not stress, fresh air, meditation, getting responsible meals, still using that social distancing responsibility, enjoying the company of my son who's going with me. And so, quality time together. Manifesting the best. Manifesting the best. So at this time, manifest your way into a better life by focusing on how it truly is in your reality, rather than what can come through fear. And if you do that, whatever may come that is unpleasant, you'll better handle it because you'll already be in a higher immune system, higher consciousness place. Remember, the happier you are, the more excited you are, the more rested you are, the better food you're eating, all of that will give you a stronger immune system, and you'll be able to tackle whatever may come about. Now, as far as the immune system, I'm guilty. I was at the store the other day, and I got wrapped up in the comfort food a little bit. It's all right to occasionally have comfort food. But honestly, you have a stronger immune system if you have less sugar, less white carbs, more greens, more light proteins, plenty of water. And if you can, meditate. You don't have to go, just stare at a candle, put on some light music, sit outside if it's a nice day, and let yourself hear all the sounds of the wind and the birds. Settle your soul, settle your spirit. You'll get through all of this with flying colors, and you'll come out of it better and greater than when you went into it. And remember, don't get angry. Don't get frustrated, because there is a purpose to this. It may not look it, but better is coming to this world. And things can always work out. They're usually meant to work out. And go where you're called, meaning if you get an urge to get online and do something, and I mean the way of learning. I don't know why I had a moment there where I thought somebody would take it in a certain way. But if you get an urge to get online and learn something, if you get an urge to begin a new project around your home, do it. It's divine. Follow where called. This can be an extraordinary time. As long as you take care of yourself and work on manifesting what you really want to come into your world instead of what is all around you that can promote fear. I know that the anxiety around us is going to calm down. And we'll be through this, most likely April, though it can extend out its effects to longer. But I know we will get through this, and as a world, as a country, as an area, a regional area, you're all going to get through this in some way. And be sure to take care of each other. Reach out to your elderly neighbors. Reach out a helping hand to those who need it in some way. Just check on each other. I had 2 people yesterday ask me if I'm okay on toilet paper. And yes, I am, thank you. But do you find, though, I'm finding that I'm using more. And I'm like, no, what are you doing? And isn't that the way? It's because I'm using more because I have a thought of limitation about toilet paper. And so now there's more being used. And so I just find it kind of funny, but I know there actually is enough toilet paper. They will make more. We will all have it. There are ways to get it. but I have been kind of laughing because I noticed that I seem to be going through it faster, or maybe I'm just noticing it more. But yes, I'm good. I am good with it right now. And so ask each other what we all need. Be there. And no, don't live in fear. Work on vision boards. Perfect project at this time, whether it be online or physically. Be kind. Think of each other. I saw a tweet yesterday where someone was bragging about being in a crowded restaurant, and she's only 30, so she's young enough to be there and she can do whatever she wants. And it was a mean tweet. I was also in a restaurant yesterday. It was I rode by it, and it was had very little people. It was amazingly clean smelling inside in a way I've never smelled it before. There was a consciousness about it of keeping everything, all the surfaces clean and respecting space. And so I felt that I could do that. And I know some have said stay home, but I felt that I wouldn't want to be in a crowded bar right now. I don't want to be, I understand why we're not all at concerts and things. But I felt that it was okay to do that. And I'm taking it as it comes, right? So that I may not do that at some point, but I said, cautiousness. It's the middle road that will get us through it. And I feel that way anyway, but I understand why our Centers for Disease Control in our government, some governments are saying, just lock down, go inside until so it doesn't spread among us. I understand that too. As I said, I think it's about perhaps common sense and doing what is best. So I might change what I'm doing as, if it's directed otherwise and if I feel it's better. But as I said yesterday, I felt it was all right. And in all honesty, everyone, I'm not really out and about a lot. So I'm actually more home. And so I don't think I've seen, as I said, a lot of crowded venues. Especially I went to a friend's home on Friday night, and there were crowded bars and things. So not everybody's listening, but I think it is necessary to change our behaviors, adjust our behaviors, but perhaps panic never helps anyone. Never. You've seen the movies. Panic always harms. It always harms. So keep a sensitive mind and do what is called upon and wash your hands. So wash hands, social distancing, and work on manifesting the life that you truly desire. Joyfully wash your hands. Joyfully get into new projects. Create. Feel good. Feel prosperity. Feel yourself in an ideal relationship. Feel yourself healthy and full of life. And you'll come through all of this with flying colors. So let's all manifest our way through this, giving ourselves what we truly want, not what we fear. Thank you so much for joining me this beautiful Sunday morning. I wish all of you, I'm sending out all of you. I don't even want to say wish, because wish is kind of goes poof in the air. You can't manifest with a wish. You manifest with a knowing and an intention and a belief that you have it. Everything's lined up. Everything's aligned is right. So I send all of you good thoughts, health, happiness, joy, Thank you so much. I'll talk to you next week. And I wish you all the blessings that you deserve. Thank you.